Hello, welcome to Digital Farm TV Rural News. I'm Andy Walker. We begin with a special report on a Supreme Court ruling from the United States with big knock-on ramifications for Australian croppers and seed producers. The US court unanimously ruled last week that any farmer who bought patented seeds may not reproduce them through planting and harvesting without the patent holder's permission. The case, known as Bowman versus Monsanto, revolved around the concept of patent exhaustion. The court had to decide whether exhaustion applied to patented seeds after an authorised sale. According to the ruling, under the doctrine of the patent exhaustion, the purchaser, or any subsequent owner, had a right to use or resell the article. Such a purchase, however, did not allow the purchaser to make new copies of the patented invention. The passage of the Agricultural and Veterinary Chemicals Amendment Bill by the lower house of Federal Parliament last Wednesday was potentially yet another cost and regulatory burden for the agricultural sector, according to the National Farmers Federation. President Duncan Fraser said the NFF had called on the federal government to take a strategic approach to agricultural and veterinary chemical regulatory reform, aimed to improve the efficiency of the regulatory body that oversees chemical use in Australia. But unfortunately, the new bill did not achieve this. Duncan Fraser said the government disregarded its commitment to cutting red tape by slapping yet another regulation on agricultural and veterinary chemicals with the introduction of mandatory re-registration of imported products every 7 years. The Western Australian grains industry has entered a new era of competition for bulk handling following a groundbreaking ceremony at Bunge's Newport facility at Bunbury. The new facility was a major step forward for Western Australian grain growers, who would now have the ability to seek out the cheapest storage, handling, freight and port services, according to Western Australian Pastoralists and Graziers Chairman John Snook. He said the decentralised Bunge system would provide opportunities for small businesses to build expertise and broaden their knowledge in storage and handling. Competition in grain marketing had provided more improvement in farmgate grain prices, and the addition of a privately funded new bulk handler was part of that continuing evolution. Many horticultural producers see paying for pollination as a necessary cost of production. But it has made one Australian seed company a world leader in carrot seed production. South Pacific Seeds production manager Andrew Jones says pollination was the greatest cost to the company's growers, multiplying seed. But the last thing they were trying to do was minimise that cost. South Pacific Seeds used pollination very effectively, focusing on strong, healthy hives of bees. With 65% of food crops relying on the honeybee pollination, seed producers recognised the advantage of developing and maintaining relationships with beekeepers who provided paid pollination services. Seed production, which was 10% pollination reliant. Finally, back in the USA, after a late-night session last Wednesday, the House of Congress Agriculture Committee voted to approve a $940 billion farm bill, a day after the Senate passed its version, setting the stage for Congress to finally begin work on a new 5-year bill. The vote was 36-10, with mostly Democrats voting against the bill after 9 hours of debate. Efforts to pass a farm bill last year failed when House leaders refused to bring their version of the bill to the floor for a vote. The committee's chairman, Republican Representative Frank D. Lucas, praised the efforts of the committee in passing the bill, but warned that there was still a lot of work ahead as the measure headed to the full House. Well, that's it for Digital Farm TV Rural News this week. I'm Andy Walker, and I look forward to your company again next week. Bye.